Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And that gets things running. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Brazil have produced some of the best centre-halves around, and I think Militao is up there in that lineage, Peter. He's very quick and aggressive, and while he does have the odd mistake in him, or certainly did in his earlier career, he's maturing fast and he's easing that out of his game, and he can go all the way to the very top.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends.
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
That was beautiful, something close to genius.
Well, he made it look effortless, clearly a training ground perfectionist.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Now it's Kovacic. And the shot's on here. He's had a shot! It's hit the upright. Rudiger gets it away. Ceballos. Vinicius Junior goes on a run down the left wing. Kovacic. And here's Haaland, and that is a little undercooked. Deftly away. Ball is over the line. Marmouche. Well, that tackle was certainly stood. Shoots! It's in! Level in a trice!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
That was a given, it always was.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop. Just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Marmouche. Eder Militao calmly anticipates. And here's Mbappe. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. That is good alertness. And the counter is on. Oh, just big chance, must be! Haaland! Goal! And the comeback is complete! And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Haaland gets into a good position. And we have our very first corner. There's the header. And one more try. Corner number 2 then. Haaland! Oh, split-second reaction.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And here's Mom, has a shot! He's got away with one there.
Well, talking about creating a problem for yourself, OK, credit to good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
Madrid have the chance to go the other way. Ceballos matches Núñez, spots it and intercepts. Looking for options for movement. Marmouche, chance! Oh, he's really drilled it.
Well, that would have asked some awkward questions of the keeper had it stayed on target.
Kovacic is there and he can pick it up. And he's intervened well there. And Marmouche! And that is doing no harm at all.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
Madrid have run the changes already. They could, of course, make further alterations at half-time. And he gets rid in a hurry. And they're quick to get it back. Haaland. Oh, easy pickings there. Taken back almost at once. It's a sharp pass. Looking to play him in. Haaland! Haaland! That is brilliant! About as smooth as it gets. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
Ah, you've got to love that. Concentration, conviction, contact, and sheer class.
And now he has 2. So the lead now is 2.
Well, there's only one team in it at the moment, and the question is, will they be happy to see?
He's gone for goal! It's bounced back off the post. The most accurate pass. Half-time getting close now. Well, that's well seen too. Oh, nicely intercepted. Carvajal. And it's Ceballos. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
He's on it. Can he get away? Rudiger. Oh, good-looking ball. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Reinders. Marmouche. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And he's running through. He's going for goal! Bellingham. And the first 45 minutes are up.
Se ha encontrado una niña morena con coletas de unos 5 años que lleva un vestido azul y dice haberse perdido. Se ruega a su abuelo que se ponga en contacto con algún empleado del estadio.
And we're underway again.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will...
Oh, shooting chance! And it's in! The second half sparks straight into life.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball and they're in.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
No, that's been intercepted. Aims beyond the defence. And a chance! Really well taken goal. It's level again. What a match we have.
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character. Wonderful.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
We have ourselves a real game here.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Bellingham. Looking for the run. That is a great kick out. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And they've got rid. Marmouche. Madrid have scored 2 quick goals here and are right back on level terms. That pass has been well intercepted.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Guardiol. He's found a way. Shot a goal! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Valverde. Looks a good ball through. He's through, now is he in? Stones is there to clear. Knocks it out wide. And he was alert to it. There's the shot! Oh, that was close. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Threads one in. And he shoots! They've done it! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
And he's picked out the run. Oh, he's been caught on it here.
That's good defensive concentration.
Madrid perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Good ball, good take.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Mbappe is onto this. Guardiol. Reinders. Tries to pass it through.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
And the shot! And he comes up trumps again. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, that's well spotted. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Pass is just off target. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Carvajal. Eder Militao. Can he get it through? Oh, well played, well sorted out.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
He has a look up. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Very much into the last knockings. Oh, that's a key interception. Now, can they get him away? That looks a cracking ball.
Habrá 3 minutos de descuento.
Reinders. Marmouche. So, what can they make of this? And that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. And just to confirm that the referee did issue a yellow card for that earlier incident.
Well, he pushed his luck to the very limit, and the refs just lost patience with him.
And he's managed to get rid. Bellingham. And that is that. Madrid have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like this. Admirable, enjoyable, and look how they reacted to that initial setback. Mbappe claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Well, from behind, Jim, that is some win, isn't it?
I take this every week, Peter. What a fabulous game. It's amazing no matter how much they were down. They never lost focus, never looked beaten.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
And the shot! Holland! That is brilliant!
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
There was to be only one outcome.
Well, was there ever any doubt? It made it look like he's done it over and over and over again, and he has.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. This looks promising. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. And that is as far as they're going to go. Marmouche! And Marmouche! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Ceballos. It's Vinicius Junior. Ceballos. And he's forced to go back. Eder Militao. And it's Carvajal. Valverde. Guardiola gets a foot in here. Aims beyond the defence. That looks a cracking ball. And he's in on great chance! Really well taken goal. Not one, but two. It is a dream start. The movement so precise. The finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
And he's intervened well there. Vinicius Junior. Threads one in.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's Carvajal.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Little doubt, that is a foul. Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance.
Yeah, and he has to change his ways, or this referee could soon change his status. Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Ceballos. Oh, well measured. Oh, that's fabulous. Vinicius Junior tries a header! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Rodri. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. He's through here. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And that's a simple one for the keeper. No way through. Well, that looks a decent ball. Reinders. And here's Marmouche. Kovacic. Can he finish? He's missed, but not by that far.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target. Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible. There's a real tenacity about their defensive play, and it's up close and personal.
Shapes to shoot! Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Rodri. Reinders. Now it's Haaland. Knocks it into space. Rodri. Looking for options for movement. Marmouche. Oh, well played. The message is clear. None shall pass. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. And he welcomes it in. Real chance! And it's there! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Haaland demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
A case now of complete control. Tries to play it through. He's a sharp little ball here. Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. Oh, that's well spotted. Dani Ceballos. Great vision. Pass somewhat off target. It's a really well-measured ball. And it's been played through. He's got away. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Can he get on the end of this? Marmouche. And here's Haaland. Haaland! That was quite a test for the goalkeeper.
Haaland really couldn't have done much better with that. He was under so much pressure.
And we have our very first corner. Reinders goes short. That has not gone well. And now a sudden chance to counter. Not the most accurate pass. And the pass is intercepted. Vardio. Now it's Haaland. Tchouaméni cuts out the pass. That is good alertness. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, who would have thought it? A huge chasm between the two teams already, and it might grow even wider in this second half. Here we go again. So, 45 minutes to turn it round. Valverde. Vinicius Junior. Nicely weighted ball. That's an errant pass. Reinders. Now it's Haaland. Ceballos. Tries to pass it through. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Now it's Haaland. Mbappe just eases him off the ball. Rodri. Marmouche. And they're not going to make any further progress now. No, it's come to nothing. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Mbappe was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Oh, good-looking ball.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Now this could be a chance. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. And it's Valverde.
Valverde really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Vardiol. Stones.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Rodri. Marmouche.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And that is a little undercooked. Carvajal. Defending was strong and firm. Stones puts his foot on the gas. Now it's Haaland. Vinicius Junior. Looking to play him in. Ake. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Looking for the run. Oh, he's onto this. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Chance, surely! Keeper's got his work done.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
And now they can spring out of defence. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Well read, and the danger is averted. And he shoots! He has done it! It is no contest. It is a landslide. And that was as close to certain as can be.
That's shocking. The ease with which he was able to get into the space, and the player of his quality was highly unlikely to miss that.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Can he get it through? Stones promptly onto that, and that is that. Now, can they get him away? And he's worked it through. And Marmouche! It's a goal! It hurts, does it not? Oh, how reality hurts.
Some of those players look totally lost out there now, Peter, and you can't blame them.
It's become a case of men against boys.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Stood up well to him there. Vardiol. Haaland. Aimed beyond the defence. And here's Haaland. And here's Reinders. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Marmouche! Sticks it away! And this is getting ridiculous. Borderline crazy.
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick. Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Oh, good determined running there, but run back by the defence.
Well, he's not the type that's short on self-belief, so that could rub off on his teammates now.
Good ball, good take. He's having a shot! They've done it! And it adds further to a heavily one-sided scoreline. This is getting punishing.
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
And there was his third, and boy, and a shot! He's got a goal! They are getting horribly bullied, and it seems there is plenty more to come.
It's a mass exodus now. Certain sections of the stadium are leaving in droves, and you can't blame them.
As if 3 weren't enough, this is nigh on utopian. Confirmation that there will be 4 minutes stoppage time. So that's it, it is all over. Madrid cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable, who simply brushed them off. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, look, it was very one-sided. Their players didn't turn up for the first half, and then it all went downhill.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. The action has already started. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. He won't be happy with that one. Looking for options, for movement. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Yeah, he just...
Vinicius Junior! That was superb goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Madrid with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Off the post! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
That is good strength. Could go all the way here. He's shifting through the gears here. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Now it's Haaland. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
I don't think we've seen a dribbler as good as this guy, Vinicius Junior, in some time. His favourite move is to receive the ball in a wide position, attract defenders his way, where he can turn them and just leave them behind.
And he's let fly! And that will sail harmlessly past.
Well, it was an ambitious attempt, but it'll keep the defence on its toes at least.
Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Haaland unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. No, that's been intercepted. It's made its way to him. Haaland is flagged offside. Stones wins the duel this time. Quality ball.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
He's tried one! Oh, that was no routine save.
Mbappe actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Madrid have their second corner now. Donnarumma breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And now they can spring out of defence. Rodri. Now that looks a decent ball. And that was very necessary. Still goalless. Rodri. Haaland. It's a searching pass. Oh, that's well spotted.
Haaland really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
He's having a go! Just not quite happening for him just now.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing.
That's going in strongly.
Nachis Nunes. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Shot could be on. An uncompromising challenge. And here's Mahmoud. Decent chance! They want to be quick to recover this. In for the pieces!
Yeah, and he read it before anyone could follow up.
Mbappe. Now it's Vinicius Junior. And the pass is intercepted. And he's intervened well there. Camavinga. He has found the way through. Oh, some tackle that. Well, that's pretty clear. It is a foul. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Great chance here from position A1.
He could tee it up for someone else, but something tells me he'll have a go.
Now, who's going to be first to this? Good take, and is he in? 0-0, but nevertheless a very decent game. And here's Marmouche. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Not the most accurate pass. And we're not going to make any further progress now. That pass has been well intercepted. Bellingham. Camavinga. Bellingham. Stood up well to him there. Marmouche. Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Can he get it through? Takes a shot! They've scored!
Well, that's very much changed the complexion. It's also changed mindsets and moods in both teams, and it had to be him.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element...
And the half-time whistle goes.